Welcome into Jeff Co-Ed TV. I'm Chris Osborne. Alongside me, Jackie Paulson, our aficionado for volleyball. This is Saturday Volleyball, game 2, or match 2, I should say, of our doubleheader. The first one was really exciting. It was the match between Corner and Cordova. Now we have up Hueytown, the Golden Gophers, taking on Mortimer Jordan, the Blue Devils. Jackie, tell us what to expect.
You know, I think it'll be interesting. I don't actually know that much about Hueytown, so I'm excited to watch them today. The warm-ups, they look pretty strong. They've got some height on their team. I got the privilege of seeing the Blue Devils play last season, and I think they've got a lot of players coming back again this season. So I think this will be an interesting matchup.
These are two 6A schools, right? And so 6A is a pretty big school, with 7A being the largest. So lots of athletes on both sides.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this earlier, but these tournaments are pretty early in the season, so you kind of get the rust out a little bit. You get a lot of reps, so it's a good predictor for what you're going to see throughout the season. But these early tournaments are really, really great indicator of, you know, how the teams are going to gel. They work out a lot of kinks in these too, so you might see the ball get spread around a lot more than you would traditionally see. So tournaments are always a great time to come out and watch and see what both teams can really do. Looking
at the court right now, Hueytown donning the gold tops. Their colors are purple and gold. And, of course, the Blue Devils in the baby blue. So they're getting ready. You know, it looks like Hueytown might have a little bit of a height advantage.
Yeah, it does. It's not always an indicator, though, you know, of skill necessarily. We've played a lot of teams that have had a lot of height, and if the other team is really scrappy and super athletic, again, that defensive strength in a lot of times can win a game. So, but it definitely helps in volleyball. I'm not going to lie. We've got our starting lineups here as the teams take the courts today.
All right, I'll start with Mortimer Jordan. You've got Harper Nicholson at number 7, Kennedy Langston, Aubrey Liveoak, McKiley Doughty, Kayla Kilgore, Zion Scotland, and Alex Edwards.
And they are coached by Caitlin Hogan. And then if we go over to Hueytown, their starting lineup is Belle Gonzalez, number 1, Takia Williams, number 6, Raylan McLean, number 8, Layla Lomax, number 9, Kensley Leonard, number 10, and Madison Smith, number 12, and their head coach is Jade Reese.
All right, we're all set, about to get started here. If you would, go over the scoring real quick.
Okay, so it is first sets 1 and 2, they'll play to 25, and it's you have to win by 2, and it's rapid scoring. So it means it doesn't matter who's serving. Point can be achieved by either side at any point in time. And that really speeds up the game. It's made the game a lot more exciting and a lot more fast-paced. All right, you can see on the Blue Devils, they're getting checked in here. The referee, the down ref right now, is just making sure everybody's in their correct positions. And you have the libero for the Blue Devils checking in. That's number 7, and that is Harper Nicholson.
And if you're just joining us, the libero is typically the best defensive player on the team.
Yeah, she's going to be that defensive specialist that should just get to any ball. And they can sub in and out for any player at the court, typically in the back row. They can only serve in one rotation, though. And they have to serve in the same rotation each time. That was a tight set to the net, making it really difficult for Hueytown to convert that over. All right, Blue Devils back to serve.
That's number 23, Kayla Kilgore, back for the serve.
You typically, too, when you're in your starting lineups, strategically you want one of your stronger setters serving in that number 1 slot. We were noting earlier, too, volleyball style has evolved over the course of time. When I was playing volleyball, my knee pads were ginormous, and our shorts were more like basketball shorts, you know. And you now see girls wearing leggings, which I think is interesting for a number of different reasons. But a lot of times it can make it's a lot easier to slide on the court when you're wearing leggings and you've got that going. But we've seen that kind of evolve over the last, I would say, 5 years, where you're seeing a lot more girls in leggings. And it's interesting, knee pad position has also evolved. We always wore them on our knees, but strategically, you're not really hitting your knee when you go down. So you'll see the knee pads typically worn a little bit below that kneecap. And that was a monster spike. I didn't get the number on
Alex Edwards, number 27 for Mortimer Jordan.
All right, and we are at the Blue Devils with 3 and Hueytown with 2.
Zion Scotland to serve.
Both teams coming out a little bit slow here to begin with. This is probably going to be one of the first rallies. Oh, maybe not, that we've seen. Nice placement there by the middle on Blue Devils. That's number 48, and that is Hadley Orcutt. Let's pass and set. Number 6 not able to convert that point.
Yeah, noticing that Hueytown does not have a deep bench. Only 3 ladies sitting on the bench. So we'll see if fatigue factors in at all.
Yeah, there's sometimes you can look at pros and cons for having a deep bench or not a deep bench. You know, typically you'll see rosters of 12, and you usually have 2 to 3 players for each position, of course, especially for injury, but you usually have 2 that rotate in throughout for each position.
And Takai Williams for Hueytown just rotated out. She's a sophomore.
That's a beautiful swing by the middle on the Blue Devils.
Textbook block there.
Yeah.
Kinsley Leonard, one of the taller players on Hueytown, assisted in that block.
All right, and you can see in the Blue Devils have their setter now going back to serve number 27. They have a front row setter. Interested to see if number 36 is, where's she coming in for?
She came in for number 14. That's Taylon Russell.
My assumption here is they're running a 6-2, which means they have 2 setters. There's 5-1 where you have 1 setter that plays all the way around and typically sets from the back row. Out. You really want to see the libero read that serve a little bit better and get their feet there and get their platform out. That's where their arms are out and it's parallel to the floor.
Yeah, Hueytown looking a little flat-footed. Don't know a lot about volleyball, but I know you have to move.
Yeah.
The libero just doesn't seem prepared. They've served it to the same place almost 3 times.
Yeah. It's hard, too, sometimes to make a call because she's serving it short. She could easily, just as easily, you know, have a stronger set, and it's really hard to tell until they're in the air. So, again, as the libero, you've got to be really good at reading that serve position and get your feet into place. Out.
Denise Leonard for Hueytown, a little too strong.
All right, you've got the Blue Devils at 10 and Hueytown at 5 right now. Not a lot of rally going. It seems to be a little bit of a service game right now.
So Kenise rotated out for Hueytown and the libero. Ellery Kemp, sophomore, came in wearing number jersey 23.
Okay, I stand corrected. It looks like Hueytown is actually running a 5-1. I think 27. Yeah, they're running a 5-1, so 27 is their setter. Another short serve.
And I think this is the first time we've seen their libero, when I say their, MJ, that's Harper Nicholson wearing number 7.
Another short serve. Great jump set. Yeah, Hueytown's just struggling a little bit on the defense right now.
Yep, not enough wheels to get there. Here's our replay. Tried to go after it, just not enough. Again, big shout out to our camera crew and our producers doing a marvelous job for Jeff Coed TV. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful serve by the libero on the Blue Devils. And not surprising, Hueytown's calling a timeout. We've got a score of 13-7. So Hueytown's going to have to make some adjustments here, and I think it starts with their feet and a little bit more movement.
Definitely got to get defense ramped up a little bit to get back in this thing. Like you said, once you get past 15 or 16, getting to 25 goes pretty quick.
Yeah. Volleyball is one of those sports where every position is incredibly important and everybody has a role. If the defense isn't doing their job, the setter can't do their job. If the setter can't do their job, the hitters can't do their job. So getting that first hit up that a setter can get underneath it and make something happen is incredibly important.
It's Harper Nicholson serving.
And they're going to continue to attack the libero here on the serve. Serve placement super important, but they can see that she's a little in her head, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to keep going right at that libero on Hueytown. Ooh, short serve. She got there that time. That was a nice up. There she goes.
You know, in other sports, no reflection on the libero for Hueytown, but you know, you do see the weakness and you try to victimize that position, and it looks like that's what Mortimer Jordan is doing, is they are keying in on where they see the open spot.
Yeah, if you got one player, and a lot of times if you can get in their head, you're going to just keep pounding them away. You know, there's some adjustments Hueytown can make. Obviously, there's no sub with that libero, so they can pull her in and out at any time. They also can have her take a step back and bring those 2 other back row players in and just kind of take her out of the play. And even if the other 2 aren't as strong defensively, a lot of times it shakes the confidence of the server because now they've got a new strategic kind of positioning that they have to do. So Hueytown definitely needs to make some adjustments in the serve receive right now.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we're not seeing is a lot of communication, right? You know, they're hitting the serve in practically the same place every time, looking for that particular player to come up and either make the play or not. And so they've got to communicate. Right now, Mortimer Jordan is handling Hueytown. How about that? Can say that 5 times
yeah,
fast.
say that.
But 17-7.
Yeah, Hueytown's going to have to make some adjustments right now in the back row. And the libero is either going to have to make this play. And then it looks like there's a little bit of confusion, too, where they're lining up. So they have their left defensive specialist pulled up. But what you traditionally want to see here is you'd have this front row player, number 12, pull back, and they would still cover the entire back row. So what does her team have to do to support her, to boost her up? What's the coach telling her right now? Because you can tell from her body posture, her body language, that she's struggling. Yeah, I mean, if I were Hueytown, I'd probably take her out of the equation right now. I think that's they're 19-7. I think the last, I don't even know how many, 10 points now. So they should be rotating a little bit and pulling this front row player back.
You saw her teammate, number 4, Morgan Reeves, go over and kind of prop her up a little bit. And you never want to focus and key in on one student. You know, they're all out here battling together. It's a team sport. But certainly they're going to have to figure out a new equation.
Well, yeah, and it happens to us all, right? You think in golf you can get a case of the shanks, right? And sometimes you just have to switch it up. You just have to create a little bit of a different momentum and get out of that rotation. So, and a lot of times the libero will play in the middle back, but sometimes their strength is more in the corner. So we'll see if her rotating now to that back position gives her a little bit of an edge. All right, and we are now at 20 points with the Blue Devils to 8 points Hueytown.
Make that 21. Here's our replay.
Oh, 21. It was a beautiful kill by the middle. That was a nice up. Here we go. Let's see if they can get a little bit of momentum here. At this point for Hueytown, it's not impossible for them to come back, but what they really need to do now is get a little bit of momentum to take them into that second set.
She's really far back there for that serve. I think that short serve caught him off guard a little.
Yeah, it's it can be kryptonite for a lot of teams.
Smiles on the faces of Mortimer Jordan players as they are in control right now. Side out. Let's see if that might change the momentum just a little.
Really want a good conversion here, and you really want to see Hueytown pick up a few points here. Again, it's going to be tough for them to come back in this first set, but picking up a few points now will really take them into the second set with a little bit of momentum. Nice serve by the libero on Hueytown. Here we go. Okay, that's another classic example of that angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hitters are programmed to hit, and they just want to keep swinging. But sometimes the maturity of a player will dictate, I probably should just pass this one over.
Hitters, the linebackers of volleyball.
There you go. Out.
All right, 2 straight points there.
All right, Hueytown is now at 11, and the Blue Devils are at 23. That serve might have gone out had she let that go, but that was a nice pickup by the libero there on the Blue Devils. A little bit of rally action here. Nice setter dump. Hoping to score a point and get them off their feet. Didn't work, and that was hit out.
Wise play there to let that one go as it was sailing just over shoulder height.
All right, we are at set point here with the Blue Devils at 24, Hueytown 11. Another short serve. Hueytown able to pick that one up and catch the Blue Devils on their heels a little bit. All right, we've got a substitution coming in for Hueytown. You got number 9, Layla Lomax, coming onto the court.
She just replaced the senior Morgan Reeves.
And Belle Gonzalez was back to serve. Beautiful serve. Here we go. And that was set point. Blue Devils 25, Hueytown 12.
All right, you're watching Jeff Co-Ed TV, volleyball edition on Saturday from Corner High School. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome. We are Hueytown High. Every day is a great day to be a Golden Gopher. We are Jeff Co-Ed Strong.
Corner High School, where we have a volleyball tournament going on. 12 teams, 3 courts. We are on the main court. Jeff Co-Ed TV, Chris Osborne alongside Jackie. And Jackie, quick first set for Mortimer Jordan. Made quick work of Hueytown. What's Hueytown going to have to do to bounce back?
Hueytown is going to have to light a little bit of a fire. They look really flat. Maybe they were at a football game a little late last night, but they're going to have to pick the energy up. There's definitely got to be a little bit more communication on the court, and they need to pick each other up and really rally around each other. But I think overall, they're just going to have to pick up the energy, I think, and really focus on fundamentals. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. You know, you just really want to focus on those fundamentals when you're down by that many points.
You know, we're looking at both coaches talking to their teams right now. You got to think that Mortimer Jordan's saying, hey, keep your foot on the gas and clean up a little bit. And for Hueytown, hey, let's get back in this. Let's win. You know, we just saw a match where, you know, it went 1-1-1. And so, you know, we hope that this will be a good match. Or good set, I should say. All right, again, Mortimer Jordan takes the first set. Hueytown looking to redeem themselves and stay in this. Volleyball is 3 sets for the entire match. First 2 go to 25, win by 2. Last one goes to 15, win by 2 if it goes to 3. So we'll see what happens. Getting instructions now and making sure that everybody's in their correct spot.
Yeah, there seems to be some confusion on Hueytown's spot there, who is going to be starting in that right side position.
Referee there, good guy. He was refereeing the football game last night. Name is Eddie Gray. Been refereeing a long time.
All right, nice pass to start off. Beautiful kill by number 26 on the Blue Devils, and that is Zion Scotland. I was also taking a look at Hueytown's rosters. They've got 2 starting sophomores on the team, so you know, maybe a little bit of youth of a factor in this team dynamic as well.
Yeah, and from the looks of things, they're going to have to reload next year. 4 seniors.
All right, again, they're going to have to get a better read on those serves coming over and get to the spot. A lot of movement while they're still trying to pass that ball.
That was Layla Lomax, Jr. for Hueytown. A bit of a mental error there.
Yeah, we just want to correct something, too, from the first set. We had on the Blue Devils jersey a switch before the game. So number 10 is Taylon Russell, and number 14 is Aubrey Live Oak. Good placement there by that ball from Hueytown. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a little bit of momentum. We've got the Blue Devils at 2 and Hueytown at 1. Number 3, Skyland Dawson. She's a sophomore coming in to serve for Hueytown. Really aggressive serve. That was a great spot.
Hard to handle. A little spin on that ball, too. Kind of like my golf ball, side spin.
I use my toe wedge, so I don't have much room to talk. That was a great swing. Good close on the block by Hueytown as well. Good swing. She had a nice approach. Here we go. Oh, nice little bit of a rally there back and forth as we open up the second set. Hueytown has seemed to come out with a little bit more spark. And here's the replay. So we were talking about closing the block earlier. That's where you want to really have both of those folks at the net side by side and not giving a lot of space. They were still jumping midair. They need to get there before that ball's going over. A little bit of a misread.
Is that a result of taking your eye off the ball?
Potentially. Again, that angle it wouldn't have been a horrible angle had she been in the right position, but because she was under the ball, a more effective strategy there probably would have been to take the safe route and just pass that ball to the back corner.
Gotcha.
She had a big swing.
It's a good block there by number 10, Kinsley Leonard, the junior, Hueytown.
And you got Hueytown, number 10 again, now back to serve.
All right, Hueytown showing a bit of promise there. 2 straight points.
You know, the setter has a quite an important job to do. Like if you think about either quarterback analogy or even a pitcher analogy for the setter, they have to know the defensive strengths of those setters on the opposite team and the matchups to the hitters, to the blockers. And they just really have to know, they have got to have such a game IQ in volleyball.
Bit of a miscommunication there. They just let the ball fall between them.
Yeah, and that's an example where if you're serving, if you can divide 2 players and create a little bit of miscommunication, that's what you want to do. So that was a kill by number 11. I think it's number 11. No, I was getting close, 32. I still don't think I have that number right. It's 34. I should have worn my glasses today, folks. That's Eliana Allison. Libero with the back row. Attack that didn't convert, and that one went out. All right, we are at a score of Blue Devils 8 and Hueytown 4. And we are in the second set with the Blue Devils taking the first set. So it is best of 3 as a reminder. And they played a 25. And you have to win by 2.
Essentially do or die for Hueytown in this set. And that point goes to Mortimer Jordan to add to their lead.
And coach out there a little bit, giving her some direction on where she wants the serve to go. All right, a little bit of confusion again on Hueytown's side. 12 might have interfered with the visibility for the libero there on that defensive play.
And but again, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I think they're going to continue to attack the libero.
And that is number 34, Elena Allison serving.
Short serve.
Very effective.
Yeah, I think if I were Hueytown, I'd be making adjustments for the short serve. Once that ball hits the net on your side, it's a pretty difficult play to get that and pick that back up. Oh, a nice one-arm save. Back set to the... Yeah.
So strategically, how far up can the libero come since they're serving short, or the 2 players to either side of her?
So it has to do with planes, right? So if you're in the back row and you cannot cross the plane of a front row player, so technically the libero can be all the way at the net if she wants to. A lot of times you'll see a setter in the back row and they're lined up right behind a front row player, but you just can't cross over the planes of those zones.
So we got a timeout on the court. Again, you're watching Jeff Coed TV. Live from Corner High School. Don't forget our matchup on Friday, the Battle of the Groves. Oak Grove taking on Pleasant Grove. Last year we were at Oak Grove. This year we'll be at Pleasant Grove. Last year it was rainy. This time we're hoping for great weather. That's Friday, September the 12th. Our coverage begins at 6:40 right here on Jeff Coed TV or jeffcoed.com/TV. We'll see you on Friday. Now back to the action here at Corner Volleyball. 12 teams, 3 courts, and we're bringing Court A live to you. Chris Osborne alongside Jackie Paulson.
All right, and we are coming into the second set here out of the timeout with Blue Devils at 12 and Hueytown 4. Now Blue Devils 13, Hueytown 4. Hueytown has got to make some adjustments now. Again, it's best out of 3, so they're going to have to get some points on the board here. I would really like to see them moving their feet a little bit more. It's really hard to get the angle on the ball if you are trying to position your arms to the ball instead of getting your body positioned around to square up to that ball and get a good pass to your setter. Another short serve. Libero able to get to that one with a beautiful up. Set over with a free ball. Setting up that outside. Good up. That should give them an opportunity. Oh, just a little bit more.
It just didn't look like her arms were in the right position to get that ball over the net from that distance.
Yeah, and, you know, it really comes down to your feet. You know, we do so many drills in volleyball where we essentially we just make them tie their hands essentially, and it's all about getting your feet to into that position. You essentially want to center up on that ball every time. The last thing that really needs to go out is the arms. The quicker you can get to that ball, a lot of times you don't want to see arms flailing all around in volleyball, right? You want to see a nice, strong platform. So, and set feet, which means it comes down to that IQ. You have to be able to read, and it's reacting, but you have to be able to read. You have to know the height of that set, the position of that hitter on the other team. And it comes with experience, and it comes with a lot of reps. And it also comes with watching volleyball, right? Like if I were some of these players and the coaches, I would want them watching volleyball in the off speed because you can really learn a lot just from watching. All right, we've got Hueytown back to serve. And we've got a score of 15 Blue Devils, Hueytown 6. Nice touch. And they were there to close that. That was number 20 on Hueytown. And that is
Shaniva Harris.
Shaniva Harris. And she's a senior.
I'm sorry, Shanavia.
Shanavia.
My apologies.
There's too many syllables for me. I need a good Jack, Sam, Tom.
All right, Hueytown with a little bit of a glimmer of hope here.
Oh, hey, it's so important. Number one, she couldn't get her arms there. She's like, I'm going to get a body part there. It's all fair game in volleyball. So if the ball hits your foot and goes over, it's fair game. It can hit a shoulder. It can hit your head. Any body part is fair game. It's
just
considered a touch.
Get it over the net.
Just get it over the net. There was a coach that we had, a Brazilian coach. He actually coached the women's Olympic team in 2008. And he would say, the ball is the problem. Just get rid of the problem.
I like that.
Transfer the problem in a very eloquent Portuguese.
I'm going to see if that'll transfer to my golf game. The ball is the problem, not me. Just get in the hole. Go away.
Go away. For me, it's the course, the club, the ball. All right. Nice up. Another thing to think about when you're serve receive is that ball is coming over with force, right? So you don't have to swing, right? You just have to get your arms there and create that platform with the right angle and just let the ball hit your arms. And you're really guiding that ball off. All right, here's a replay. It was a very athletic play by number 48 on the Blue Devils. She had to reach for that, but she made it convert to a point. Couldn't quite get there. All right, for those of you maybe coming in, now we're in set 2 of the match versus Blue Devils Hueytown, with the Blue Devils taking the first set. And the score currently is 18-9, Blue Devils in the lead. And serve into the net.
Certainly not what they needed at this point. They had a little bit of a momentum. Now they're going to have to play some defense.
Serves to me sometimes are like free throws in basketball. You know, the free throw is it's the same conditions every single time, yet it's also a mind game, right? Like you would think over and over with repetition you should be able to make a free throw, and that's the same with the serve. But, you know, like all things, it's how's the toss? Are the conditions just right? But it's really, it can be really frustrating for a coach when you've got those serves going into a net, especially in a practice environment where you're probably serving a lot of the time.
Right. That was Keaton White with the serve to keep the service with Mortimer Jordan. Short serve.
And she's going to bring a little bit of heat. The libero had a really nice second pass there up to the front row. Keep that ball moving. We are now at 22-9. Blue Devils in the lead. Another attempt at a short serve. That's going to be just out.
You know, it just seems like they can't catch a break.
No, and you can see in their body language now, too. You got some slumped shoulders and hands on
waist,
hips.
yeah.
And
hands on knees. All the things that us coaches, depending on the sport, say, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah. I'd want to see them moving, just moving. There's a Japanese philosophy in volleyball where after every point you run. You're in constant motion. Like you're forgetting about that last play. You're thinking about the next play. And that's really what you have to be able to do. You have to just let that play be and you're on to the next one. It's a game of momentum. It's a game that can shift at any time. Hueytown, unfortunately, I think is running out of time. It was a beautiful set by the Hueytown setter there. What's up? All right, we are now at game point for the Blue Devils, 24 to Hueytown's 10, with number 14, Aubrey Live Oak, back to serve. Do or die here for Hueytown. Nice up, beautiful set. And the middle just put that one away. All right, and the Blue Devils take that second set pretty easily over Hueytown with a final score of 25-10.
So there you have it. It was pretty handily handled, Hueytown. Hueytown has a lot to work on. Like you said, it's early in the season. Mortimer Jordan didn't look as crisp as some of the other matches that we've seen, but they got the job done.
It does. Well, and sometimes it's you play to the opponent. You see that a lot in basketball too, right? So I think there might have been a little bit. We've seen a stronger Mortimer Jordan come out before on the court, but I do think that the pace of that Hueytown set the tone for how the matches were going to go back and forth today.
So we've seen two good matches today. The first one, obviously, with Corner and why did I lose my? And the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We had two Blue Devils
yes,
today.
Two Blue Devils, and now this match.
Corner and Cordova.
Right, and we're going to take a quick break and see if we can catch up with the Mortimer Jordan coach. So remember, you're watching Jeff Coed TV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We are Mortimer Jordan High School, where it's always a great day to be a Blue Devil. We are Jeff Coed Strong.
Introducing the brand new app for Jefferson County Schools. It's everything Jefferson County Schools in your pocket. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline.
Search Jefferson County Schools, Alabama in the App Store or Play Store to explore the app for yourself. It's everything Jefferson County Schools
In your pocket.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. I just wanted to take this time to say thank you to the teachers of Jefferson County Schools. I appreciate everything that you do and how the commitment and dedication that you give every day that you come to service our children and to service our families. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for your relationships that you have formed with our children. And thank you for ensuring that our children are achieving and learning. You are our boots on the ground, and without you, we would not be as successful as we are. And just know that you're loved and you're appreciated by not only your students, your coworkers, the families you serve, but by me. Thank you for everything that you do.
Hi, I'm Coach Northcutt. I'm a Hueytown graduate of 1994.
I'm Keontae Mitchell. I'm currently a history teacher here at Hueytown High School. I am a recent graduate of the Golden Gophers.
I'm the athletic director and math teacher here at Hueytown High School.
Right now I'm coaching football as well, DBs coach, and I'm also the head golf coach here.
I love Hueytown. It's always been my passion. I love Hueytown athletics.
Hueytown High School is home. Hueytown itself is home. I played football here. I have a lot of great memories of pushing myself both physically and mentally.
It's not just success in sports that we push here. We want these kids to be successful in life.
We focus on perfection. Nobody's just born perfect, but how do we get there? How do we take these steps? And that's what we teach in the classroom, that's what we teach on the field.
Hey, we're back here at Corner High School with a volleyball tournament, and I'm sitting here with Coach Hogan. She is in her 5th year with Mortimer Jordan, and she just came off of a win from Hueytown. Why don't you tell us what your season outlook is for the year ahead?
So we currently are sitting at 13-4, and what we're really pushing towards is just kind of getting better 1% every day. About 2 years ago, we were area champs, and now we're just kind of, that's our standard. We want to get to that, and so pushing every day, because now our area's changed. We have Jasper and Coleman, which are great volleyball teams, and so we try to figure out ways that we can up our game to play with those two teams and hopefully come out on top.
Yeah, so speaking of, obviously you've got kind of your roadmap ahead of you, and you know in your area who might be difficult to play. How much scouting are you doing before the games?
We do a little bit, I would say. So we've already started watching some film on those opponents, but I think if you can handle the controllables, we always say control the controllables. So what can we do on our side of the net that's going to make us successful? Because, you know, we can watch as much film, but if you can't pass, if you can't set, if you aren't having energy, then we're not going to come on top no matter how much you know about the other team.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Every position in volleyball is important, and if you don't have that pass to start the playoff, the setter can't do their job, the hitters can't do their job, so every position on the court, and it's really team. How many returning players do you have this season?
Everybody that you see on the floor when we start our match is all a returner from last year. That's a starter. Last year we had 4 juniors and about 6 sophomores. Towards the end of the season we added 2 freshmen to our team to kind of come to tournaments with us because we knew that they were going to be on the team this year, and just to give them a little bit of varsity experience. But everyone that you see is a returner and a starter.
And how when you position these kind of early in the season tournaments, what is your ultimate goal as you're going through these tournaments with your players?
One thing that we've really focused on the past couple of weeks is how can we maintain our energy, just kind of going back to controlling the controllables. So I feel like a lot of kids today are learning how to go through adversity, and we try to teach them how to do that, not only for volleyball but for life. Because we tell them, we tell their parents one day we're not going to be there to teach them how to get through it. And so when we go through moments where we're not successful, how can we change our mindset to get through that? So we've talked a lot about that and just kind of maintaining our energy throughout the entire game.
Yeah, and you just have to let those plays go, right?
Yes.
It's always it's a game of next,
yes.
next.
We have a saying from the Ted Lasso series,
I love that.
be a goldfish.
I love that. Yeah.
And 2 years ago, I gave everybody on the team a little goldfish to carry with them. So we talk a lot about, we can't affect anything that's happened. We can only change everything going forward. So why not forget about it and do better the next time?
Yeah, I love that. And I love Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
It's so inspiring, but I love the goldfish.
It is the best TV show ever.
Yeah. So as you head now, you've got a little bit of break, and then I think you're up against Ramsey next.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We
so
sure.
Good luck for the rest
Thank
of
you
the
so
tournament.
much.
And it was so nice to talk to
Yes,
you,
it
and
was.
I hope you guys have a really great season.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So we are taking a break. Thank you.
We are Mortimer Jordan High School, where it's always a great day to be a Blue Devil. We are Jeff Coed Strong.
Hey, we're back at Corner Live. Hey, this has been a great Saturday, great volleyball. Jackie Paulson here with Chris Osborne. Thank you so much, Jackie. Wrap it up for us.
Oh, it was awesome being out here today. And again with you, Chris. Every time I get to do this, I get a little bit of energized. And we've seen some really fun volleyball today and a lot more season left, you guys. So season typically goes through October. So if you have not gotten out to a match, get out and show those girls some support. It's a wonderful sport to get involved with, and we just want to keep the sport growing. So come on out and be a fan and participate.
And Jackie, I'm sure we'll see you again. But for everybody at home, we've got some exciting Jeff Coed stuff coming up. Want to tell you a little bit about what we have going on Friday. It's game day, live streaming Oak Grove and Pleasant Grove, the Battle of the Groves. That's Friday, September the 12th at 6:40 p.m. You can watch us right here on Jeff Coed TV, jeffcoed.com/TV. For us here at Corner, for Jackie Paulson and Chris Osborne, so long, folks, and thanks so much for being with Jeff Coed TV.